Good afternoon. As was stated in the press release that was released earlier today, we are disappointed to inform the community that Tony Kirk has voluntarily withdrawn his application for the position of Assistant Chief with the Lakeland Police Department. Mr. Kirk informed me of his decision earlier this morning after inconsistencies arose during the final stages of the hiring process and were brought to his attention. Mr. Kirk, after being appraised of these inconsistencies, explained that while completing paperwork related to the hiring process, that he inadvertently indicated that he has never tried marijuana. But later, while taking and passing a polygraph, admitted to trying marijuana when he was 20 years old. The admission of trying marijuana is not the issue at hand. It was the inconsistencies between what he wrote, indicating non-use, and what he stated during his polygraph test that he had used marijuana. This inconsistency between what he wrote and what he said led to Mr. Kirk withdrawing from the hiring process. As I stated previously, I am deeply saddened and disappointed by this situation, but I have no choice but to hold all prospective and employed members of this agency to a high standard. I will now take any questions that anybody might have.
That inconsistency, was that an automatic disqualification?
Yes, sir, it was.
Can you explain that a little more?
Yes, sir. In our background, when we're doing backgrounds, it has been a past precedent that if anybody has inconsistencies of the type that Mr. Kirk had, that it is automatic disqualifier and it stops the applicant from moving forward in the process.
Where does it go from here as far as trying to find someone else?
That is a good question. The city manager and I have not had an opportunity to discuss that. I know that in the next couple of days that we will be looking at the processes that we're going to use to search and find the next assistant chiefs for the Lakeland Police Department.
How long have these inconsistencies been known?
The inconsistencies that occurred were brought to my attention on Thursday morning at 8:30.
Will moving costs be reimbursed to the city?
We will be seeking reimbursement for the moving costs, yes, sir.
And do you know if he's moved to the area already?
Yes, sir, he has moved to the area.
And other applicants who had applied, will they also be reconsidered now?
No, sir. All the other applicants that had applied were for the position of chief.
Is it typical to do a polygraph test this late into a hiring process?
The situation that resolved with the polygraph being taken, and I wouldn't say late, at this stage of the hiring process was due to the location of Tony living in Topeka, Kansas, having to finish up and retire from that agency. And it was just the logistics of him arriving here and having the time to go through the polygraph. He also had to go through a psychological test that we administer for all pre-applicants.
Would similar have happened if this process had been taken under a civil service process?
Say that one more time, Chris.
Would this situation have arisen if the civil service process had been used for this hire?
It would have been the same process. There's no difference between the hiring processes that we utilize.
And who did the polygraph test? Is that done by the department, or is it?
The process, the polygraph was done by, excuse me just one second. It was conducted by Tim Redmond, who is a polygraph examiner.
And it's my understanding he's also passed a drug and fitness physical already before this, about a month ago. So that part of the hiring process was done.
I would imagine so, yes. I don't know that for sure, but that would have been part of it. So yes, I would have thought that he would have passed it.
Have you had an opportunity to speak to him and talk about him?
Absolutely.
And anything you can discuss about what it is? No.
Tony was deeply, he was embarrassed by this situation. He was apologetic. he wanted to express to not only myself, but Mr. Thomas, that he apologized to us, and that he was just embarrassed by the whole situation.
Thanks a lot.
Thank y'all very much. Have a great day.